Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to another World of Warcraft Beginner's Guide video. If you've come across my original Beginner's Guide to Professions recently, you'll notice that it's a bit out of date. I've been wanting to do an updated guide for quite some time, and with Shadowlands on the horizon later this year, it's the perfect time to do so. The majority of the information in that video is still relevant as far as the purpose of each profession. Most of the changes occurred in BFA, where you were able to choose what expansion recipes you wanted to level. You could level them all, or skip to ones that you felt were most relevant to you. Professions in Shadowlands are going to be similar to professions in older expansions, with a few creative twists that will make them feel useful again. It appears as though there are no star ranks to professions like there were in Legion and BFA. To learn any of the professions in Shadowlands, head to the Hall of Shapes in Oribos to see the many trainers that can help you on your crafting and gathering path. The first profession that we'll be starting with is Leatherworking and Skinning. I'll give you an overview of the profession, information on some of the new changes being implemented, the new materials for Shadowlands, and an idea of the craftable pieces you can expect to make. Leatherworkers use leather and hides gathered from the skinning profession to craft armor kits, drums, weapons, and some cosmetic transmog pieces. Most of the craftable items from this profession will be utilized by leather and mail-wearing classes. You'll be leveling your Shadowlands leatherworking to a max skill level of 100 and Shadowlands skinning to 150 as of the current beta. One of the new systems coming to professions are optional reagents. These are crafted ingredients that you can add to armor pieces in any of the crafted professions, such as leatherworking, tailoring, and blacksmithing. Some of the beneficial things that these reagents offer are increases in item level, guaranteed secondary stats, and bonus effects such as increasing the duration of stat buffs and more. We'll dive more into those as we work through each profession. Leatherworking uses a mix of leather, hides, scales, and bones to craft items, and the new leather that we'll be working with in Shadowlands is Desolate Leather. To get it, you'll either receive it after skinning creatures, or you'll craft it using 10 Desolate Leather scraps. Pallid bones will be used primarily with Desolate Leather to create mail armor, and callous hides will be used for higher level leather and mail crafted pieces. It also seems as though we'll be getting zone-specific leather, although I have yet to see that on the current beta, but that could be because I haven't had an opportunity to hit endgame content. This would be purified leather in Bastion, necrotic leather from Maldraxxus, unseelie leather from Ardenweld, and sinful leather from Revendreth. Armor kits are back after taking a long break. Desolate armor kits and heavy desolate armor kits can be crafted without using too many materials, and adds a stamina buff to chest, pants, gloves, and boots for 2 hours. I recommend popping these up on the auction house when Shadowlands goes live for some decent and consistent gold. To be able to craft the heavy desolate armor kit, you'll need to be honored with the Ardenweld's Wild Hunt faction, and requires a leatherworking skill of 50. For leather wearers, there are a number of new crafted leather pieces. The Desolate Leather Armor for low to high level 50s that offer 1 optional reagent slot to increase item level, and the Shade-Bound Leather Armor, which requires level 60 and offers 3 optional reagent slots, 1 to increase item level and 2 for your choice of secondary stats. Mail-wearing characters have their choice from the lower crafted Desolate Scale Armor with 1 item level optional reagent slot, and the level 60 Shadow Scale pieces with 1 optional reagent to increase item level and 2 for secondary stat choices. These optional reagents are new for Shadowlands. These are ingredients that you add to your crafted only armor to increase the item level for an item, a bonus stat, and the ability to choose your own secondary stats for crafted pieces. You are able to use missives for the 4 secondary stats, and it seems as though you can purchase these from profession supply vendors to add to the crafted gear. Bonus effects are things like longer duration for flasks, adding a socket to an item, or increased duration of well-fed effects, just to name a few. Crafter's Marks are the increase in item level optional reagent that most crafting professions can make. Leatherworking has Novice Crafter's Mark, which sets your item level to 87, and the required level to wear the crafted piece to 50. Crafter's Mark 1 sets the item level to 117 and required level 55, and Crafter's Mark II sets item level to 168 and required level of 60. A few things to be aware of when it comes to optional reagents. They can only be applied to crafted gear, not from any world drop gear. The optional reagents must be placed on the gear before crafting. They cannot be added after the item has been made. They aren't able to be removed after crafting either. You don't have to use the optional reagents if you don't wish to. Also, you don't have to fill all of the slots that are available. You can do a combination of just one or two or all if you choose. You can't have two of the same secondary stats. The new legendary rune crafting in Shadowlands allows leatherworkers to create 2 new sets of legendary armor: leather umbra hide armor and bone shatter mail armor. There are 4 ranks to this armor, each increasing in item level as they are upgraded. You'll need to be level 60 and leatherworking skill rank of 100 to be able to access the rune carver in Torghast, where you'll be crafting the legendaries. If you'd like to see a more in-depth video for legendaries, leave a comment below. There are 4 new weapons that leatherworkers can craft: 2 fist weapons, a bow, and a crossbow. Each one requires at least level 50 and has an item level of 100. You can add an item level optional reagent to increase that eye level further. Shadowlands provides a new set of drums to craft at leatherworking skill 100. These are the drums of deathly ferocity, which are typically good sellers on the auction house. And finally, we have the Shadowlands version of the Comfortable Riders Barding, which we've seen from BFA. This is a piece of mount equipment that prevents you from being dazed while mounted. This is a good item to have early in an expansion while we don't have the ability to fly, so you'll want to craft these to sell as well. And that is an overview of leatherworking and skinning in World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, this is beta content and is subject to change. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it and share it with your friends. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next video.